We are back yet again for some more McFarlane leaks. We've got a pretty substantial list, and we haven't even completely gotten all of the ones from our last leaks, so we'll run through those at the very end if you haven't watched that. But stay tuned, and let's see what's going to be coming from McFarlane Toys. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Strong Collectors Podcast. I'm your host, Dakota, here with my co-host, Jordan, and we are talking McFarlane leaks today. But before we do, Jordan, I think we should extend our giveaway because we usually record in the future, so our next time we're going to sit down and record. Technically, our giveaway is going to start tonight as we record this, but the people at home are going to be watching this later, so for our giveaway that you've already watched our video on the VHS Spider-Man, what we think is going to be coming, what you think is going to be coming. We're going to extend that giveaway with our shirts. These are kind of our collector Facebook group sayings. So we've got things like PM for price, it's for my son, things like that you see collectors posting when they're trying to sell their toys or trying to buy toys. So we're giving away one of those shirts to one of you listeners. To do that, you've got to go back on that Spider-Man VHS 2-pack episode, leave a comment on what you want the next 2-pack to be, and that'll be what enters you into the giveaway. So we're going to end that officially on Tuesday at midnight, and that'll be on the 12th. So you've got until Tuesday the 12th at midnight to get your entries in, and then we're going to record that next day, and then we'll post who won the shirt. So now, back to our regular scheduled broadcast. McFarlane leaks. I'll hit you with the first one, Jordan. We can kind of go back and forth like we tend to. Maybe I think we're going to kind of skip over some of those superpowers. I mean, we'll run through them, but we'll just kind of like bop with those. We're a little bit more interested in the 7-inch line, maybe the 6-inchers, but mainly 7. So the first DC Multiverse 7-inch scale figure is going to be a gold label Max Mercury. So this is kind of one of those Flash family characters. He's been putting out quite a few Flashes. You actually just sold your Flash from the Cyborg Build-A-Figure, right?
I did. I'd snagged 2, and I was thinking about keeping one, and I kind of just held on to it because one sold right away because I thought it was going higher, and then I was like, it's not going crazy, and I kept it, and then now it's at like some are going for like $150, which I think is pretty wild.
That is
for
crazy.
a McFarlane. So there was a few times I was tempted to be like, yeah, screw it, I'll just open it. Glad I didn't do that.
Yeah, I had that one, and I think I tried to trade it for, I think maybe Marvel Legends or something like that. Nobody wanted to trade, so I was like, just take it back to the store, and I just returned it. If I had held it on, I could have been $100 richer, but that's all right.
You never know.
You want to get us with the next one?
Yes, so we've got a DC Multiverse Shazam, DC versus Vampires. So again, we've kind of talked about this. He's been doing quite a few of these DC versus Vampires, so I haven't read that storyline still. But I feel like maybe I should at this point just to get an idea, because I do love my spooky things.
Yeah.
But if you're collecting those, once again, you're getting more.
We still don't have that Mr. Mxyzptlk vampire that we kind of got duped on one of our leaks, but other than that, all of our leaks have come true.
So far.
The next one that we're going to be seeing is going to be another gold label. This one's going to be a Metallo. So I would think if I'm going to picture this one, it's going to be kind of that like human, but kind of maybe the chest is torn open, exposing some kryptonite. Maybe like half his face is ripped off, kind of with that Terminator type head. Maybe it's a full-on robot version, but we'll see. I'm not too interested in him, but...
Yeah, I could see people wanting him, though. Kind of a classic Superman rogues that I feel like we haven't gotten like a classic version of.
Right. I feel like I would want the one from that Superman, Batman, Public Enemies. Doesn't he have like a scoop shovel type thing on?
He does, yeah.
Kind of seems more Trapjaw to me when he does that.
Next one we've got is Fire, which is this, isn't this with like another, a team?
It's like JLA, isn't it? I mean, I expect this is going to be like the green fire chick.
Right. Aren't there
which I'm
like
kind of
multiple versions
surprised.
though, where there was like a green and then I thought there was like a fire and ice or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
usually she
that's what I'm
teams up with
thinking of.
ice. Oh,
Right.
okay. I thought you meant
That's
like
what I'm
another
trying
version
to
of
say.
fire. Gotcha.
No, I just thought there were like a hawk and dove kind of thing, if I remember right. But
I'm surprised. I would have put this in like the I don't think we'll ever see it category, just because it's. I mean, she's like kind of like Human Torch, but looks a little skimpy in the powered up version. So I'm surprised.
Well, we'll see which version we get.
Then we're gonna get a 7-inch Superman with eagle, and this is gonna be golden bronze, and it's a gold label. So I expect this one is gonna be kind of like you're supposed to pose it as if it's like the statue, because isn't there like a Superman statue where he's like
I think that may have, don't quote me for sure, but I thought when he died, remember they made like a memorial to him.
Right.
I don't remember if that one had an eagle or not, but I think that would make sense where it's more like a Superman statue kind of thing going on. Gold label though. So then that maybe we'll get a regular one with an eagle later.
Yeah, because I mean I could see that, because that's I think from another cover of, I don't know if it's Action Comics 1000 or one of those kind of like milestone.
Iconic American Way Superman kind of thing,
right.
Yeah, I could see people going for that. Oh, actually sounds kind of interesting. The next one, we've got the Red Hood, but Dakota, he's going to be the Frostbite edition. So if you like Red Hood, but you wanted them to be frozen, you're in luck.
And we now know what that means because of that GameStop exclusive Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume this would also be a GameStop exclusive,
right.
because I would just hope that you kind of keep those kind of inner collection type things together. Because I think all the vampires are coming out at Walmart, and it seems like then it's just kind of random what the classic ones are. But yeah, I doubt that's going to go crazy, but I know that there are people like they want that original Red Hood. So if you would reissue that, people would probably be more happy. But you get your translucent bluish one. Then you're going to get another Batman Hush. This one is going to be a line art gold label. So kind of that black and white version that we've seen before. People like that Batman, but do they want him in black and white? Time will tell.
I don't know. They did do, though, I think with the comics, they put out like black and white versions of Hush, just because everyone loved the Jim Lee art. So it's like kind of highlights his art a little bit more.
Okay.
So I do remember them actually doing that. So this is one that I think it kind of makes a little more sense if you're going to do that like version of it. And then we're getting one that I think people will be very excited for, Dakota, and that is a Killer Croc Mega Fig.
Yeah, but he's glow in the dark.
Oh, that's right, glow in the dark. Oh,
so is it going to be look weird?
Is it okay? Yeah, will it be that version of
the one that we'd already had before from like the Arkham game?
Yeah,
isn't that the one that came out already?
Yeah, I was thinking it would be more of a newer like comic version one, but never mind. You're probably right. It's going to be the Arkham one, glow in the dark.
Sorry, buddy.
I think that'd be cool if he did a classic one, because I liked the DC. No, not Multiverse.
Probably.
What was it called?
DCUC.
Yes, the Collect to Connect ones. He was cool. I thought. So something in that vein, I would like.
Yeah, I agree.
Glow in the dark. Yeah, it's a little different then. So.
Yeah, I think so too. One that might tempt me is a Manhunters. So this, I've kind of wanted the DCUC versions of these. I think I've like almost bought them several times, but then for some reason the seller falls through or something happens and I never get them. This says like it's like designated chase, so I don't know if that means it's going to be more rare, if it's going to be kind of like the platinum versions, or maybe it's going to come with a chase, so you're going to have like the regular version and a platinum version.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of more my hope. So like maybe you have one that's normal and one that's like maybe powered up or beat up.
Yeah. So it's not just like really hard to get, just the basic one.
Right.
That would make more sense, I think, because I think people would go for those. That'd be cool though. Another one we got to chase is Sportsmaster, which I've seen Sportsmaster and I'm aware of them. I'll admit, Dakota, I'm not super familiar with Sportsmaster.
The only thing I know him from is from Young Justice. He's Artemis's dad, and he's one of the more main villains in at least the beginning of the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he's kind of always struck me as one of those fan favorites that maybe you don't see him a ton, but I think when he shows up, people like him and think he's a cool character. So that would also make sense, maybe more as just a chase.
True.
Because I don't know how well he would sell just normally, so maybe it's like a chase item.
Another chase that we've had before is a reverse flash, so not sure what he's going to do different here, but I don't know. It's probably just going to be a repaint with different head as all the other flashes. So
you need at least 5 versions of each character in your collection, Dakota.
Right. Probably not something to get too excited about there, but
this one I think people will like is Tim Drake. Tim Drake always seems like, I think we've talked about him before, very popular Robin, but the DC Rebirth version, which didn't, I thought we got a version that was like DC Rebirth already.
Yeah, I mean, they've done the red suited one, and then I thought they did the green and red one.
Right.
So, I don't know. We'll see. And like you said, people like Tim Drake. If you go up and listen to our comic podcast.
That's true.
Then we're also going to be getting something I think people are going to be, I don't know about clamoring for, but I think they're going to be excited is to get a Cyborg Superman from the New 52. So, I mean, that's pretty much your standard Cyborg Superman, right? He'll go well with your Steel and well, they don't have a good Eradicator yet, but
I don't think he looked like first appearance.
Oh.
I thought it was, again, one of those ones where it's kind of like Cyborg Superman, but
gotcha.
I don't imagine that will be like how he looks from Death and Return of Superman.
Gotcha. Well, darn. But I suppose
again,
that goes well with your...
Might be one of those ones to be like, all right, get that one, and then later we're going to get the classic look. And then we also are getting a Mr. Freeze, which, Dakota, I loved my Platinum Mr. Freeze. I'm going to guess, you think this one would be more like a modern interpretation?
I would think so, yeah.
Kind of closer to like the Arkham games, but less bulky maybe.
Okay.
But I could see that doing well. Yeah. I think it'd be cool to have a modern version of Freeze.
Yeah, and it doesn't designate which version it is, so
right.
Leaves it up to you, the listener, to speculate on what we're going to get, and then Todd is going to throw you for a loop and give you something completely different. One that is designated, though, is we've got a Booster Gold from Future's End. So I think people seemed like they liked the Booster Gold from the 2-pack with Blue Beetle, and I think he did a just single release for Booster Gold also, and people seem to at least like that heroic body, so that could be good.
And Dakota, we have a DC Collector Mega Fig, which will be the Darkseid DC Classic. So is this gonna? Because we talked about, because I'd speculated we'd get a Build-A-Figure for that one wave. This is seeming to indicate that you might be, or probably right, that Build-A-Figure would be Plastic Man. Do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I think, because I don't want to buy all those figures to get Darkseid, and if this is the DC Classics Darkseid, this is what I want. So.
Is this going to be, do you think, like a truly classic original Darkseid?
It says DC Classics. And
is he going to have the little mini skirt and all that?
I would hope. I don't know how else you'd do it, because the one from the movie is fine, but that's not really how I ever envision Darkseid. Like, I see him more from the cartoons and stuff. So I need that version.
I think people would go pretty wild for this one.
Oh, for sure.
I think I don't know, I could see this maybe being like a Bane, where it's like everybody's like, I need that. But then does that mean he's going to make more? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think everybody seems like they're kind of cutting back on their stock and making less figures. So this might be a one to rock, one to stock, Jordan. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
I'll just send them both to you and you can store them until I find out. All right. After that, you're going to get a 2-pack with Joker and Punchline. So I had Punchline's a little too new for me to have read anything with her in it, but
if I remember right, I thought she showed up in the Doomsday Clock storyline with Joker, because they kind of did some reinterpretation of some characters and introduced some new ones. So I'm pretty sure that's where she showed up. At least that's where I recognize her from. So I imagine that'd be a more standard looking Joker, and then you get your Punchline in there, which I think maybe she's spun off into like her own stuff now. Okay. So that one could be cool. We'll also be getting a Manga Spider-Man Another
Nope.
collector edition.
Manga Batman?
We'll also be getting a Manga Batman from, again, the DC Collector Edition line, which I think could be cool. Kind of a fun... I think when you do variations like these, they're more justified to me than like Frozen Batman, Jokerized Batman. If you're... Well, you know what I mean. If it's like actually from a specific storyline, I think that could be cool.
Unless it's that Jokerized Todd figure that people have kind of done mock-ups of.
Ooh, yeah. I think we'd...
I'd probably buy that.
Yeah, I think just for the sake of our ongoing jokes, I think
do it for the meme.
That'd be great.
Then you're also going to get a collector edition Sergeant Rock.
Mm-hmm.
It's a DC Classics version.
Yeah,
tell me.
He's kind of one of those OG comic characters. You know, kind of in my experience, sort of like when the old Nick Fury comics of like you know, kind of more war stories.
Sure.
But Sergeant Rock, they were trying to adapt that for a long time, on and off over the years. So I'd be curious to see if he shows up in like the James Gunn stuff, just because he's, again, one of those kind of retro heroes that I think has gotten reinterpreted in different ways.
Gotcha.
Kind of more military guy.
Okay.
I think he's fought like dinosaurs and weird stuff. So
who hasn't?
You know. Oh, this next batch, I know you're really excited for, though, Dakota. And that is a slate of some digital versions. We're going to get digital 7-inch Superman from Our Worlds at War, which is a cool storyline.
I think with these are going to be similar to the Batman, Aquaman, and Green Lantern that came out.
Oh, they're fidgetals.
So I don't quote us on this, but I would expect Todd is going to put out the figure, and it's going to come with that code to get your... And maybe there's going to be another digital Build-A-Figure to go with it.
Two for the price of one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, yes, you can get your Superman Our Worlds at War, and then also this one. Okay, if this one's an actual figure, Green Arrow Classic, I think people would really like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I also would really like that.
Yeah.
So I hope it's not just digital. I'd be upset now if that Green Arrow is just digital.
And then after the digitals, we're going to get back to just a regular 7-inch figure. This is going to be Connor Kent from Teen Titans. So I would expect that means it's kind of like his black shirt with the red S on it. Is that right, Jordan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. That's what I would think too. From Jeff Johns when he was writing, that was kind of that version of it. So yeah, I think people would like that.
I've seen some excitement. Like these were posted on Facebook, and I've seen several comments saying that they were excited for that Connor Kent.
And then we're also going to be getting, this one again says digital. So if it's both, then you're getting the Atom, Ray Palmer, Silver Age, which I think would be cool. Again, Dakota, you know I'm a sucker for those retro Silver Age kind of heroes. So I've always thought the Atom had a fun design for that old school suit. So this is one I could maybe be tempted by, depending on what he looks like.
Is this the one that you sent me the pictures of with his cheeks out? Or is that Atom Smasher?
I think that was Atom Smasher. I think that was the OG Atom Smasher. But if he's coming down the pipeline, I almost would need that figure for the sake of nostalgia.
And it better be accurate.
It better be, yeah.
All right, we're going to run through the DC Direct new Batman Adventures, just kind of bop, bop, bop. We're going to get a Joker, which I feel like we've gotten like 4 Jokers in a row from this line now, but anyway. You're going to get the Joker. You're going to get a Nightwing, you're going to get a Catwoman, and then you're also going to get a Bane. So I would expect out of all those, Bane is probably going to be the hot seller there. But
new Batman Adventures, that was kind of followed Batman Animated Series, right? Where it kind of continued it, but they switched a lot of the designs and animation style.
So I think this is one where he's got like the spiky collar, doesn't he? A little bit more bondagey.
I think you may be right. So, yeah, I personally preferred the animation of the original Chunk.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's cool that they're doing these two. I think there's some fun stories that came there. This next one I think people will be very excited for, though, and that is a Batman Beyond Animated 25th Anniversary. This is a 6-inch figure, but it's Bruce Wayne with Ace the Bat Hound.
Yeah.
And this one will be a SDCC gold label.
Good luck getting that one, folks.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what I know, there will probably be another version at some point.
True.
But that would be kind of cool to have Bruce Wayne with Ace. But
Yeah.
again, I don't necessarily collect the 6-inch line of DC, so that kind of would throw off my
Ace
whole
is going to be...
equilibrium.
Yeah, I wonder if Ace is going to be posable or if it's just going to be a statue. So, it'd be interesting to see how McFarlane does a dog. But then in the DC Retro 6-inch line, we're going to just bop through these pretty fast again. So this is the Batman 66 stuff. You're going to get a Nightwing here also. You're going to get a Space Batman. You're going to get a Wax Robin, a Bookworm, and an Alfred. So I don't know who's clamoring for that Wax Robin, but maybe that was a really important episode in the show. But it is kind of fun that you get those like deep cuts. But
yeah,
I would think people.
I think
he
knows if you're a Batman 66 collector, you know, you probably want the weird deep cuts because it's kind of a deep cut the line as it is a little bit. I think so.
Yeah, all right,
it's kind of fun. And then we'll do the DC Multiverse 7-inch scale. Back to that, and you're going to get the White Knight Batmobile. I don't know if you remember this story, Dakota. This is the one where basically the Joker is like cured, and he becomes more like, it's almost like Batman is kind of painted as like the antagonist in a way, where like he's causing millions of dollars and like destruction to the city and stuff. So like Joker like campaigns against him in a way, which is kind of interesting. Batmobile, there were some cool designs in this one, so I'd be curious to see him doing this one as a Batmobile, but I think a lot of people like the art style because it's the writer-artist. So you're getting that, and then you're also going to get a Batmobile with... From Separate Thing, you're going to have the Batman 66, so back to that, but that's going to be a Batmobile with a Joker figure. Yeah. Which again, though, I think a lot of people would like the 66 Batmobile.
Yeah. I mean, he's done that before, hasn't he? I thought I'd seen it out. Maybe not. And then if you're switching into the DC Superpowers, you're going to get a 3-pack with Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. This is going to be black and white with accents, and it's a gold label. And then back into the vehicles, you're going to get a DC Direct Superpowers multi-pack with Batman in a black suit with a whirly bat and the Batwing. Black, gold label, SDCC.
2 vehicles, though.
That's kind of surprising.
Because that's like the helicopter, right?
Yeah, I was expecting the whirly bat was a helicopter. Sticking with the Superpowers line, you're also going to get a Superman, which is a...
Flesher variant. That's like the old school animated series, like from the 40s, I believe. So that very, very retro Superman.
Gotcha. You're also going to get a Black Manta in his black suit. You're going to get a Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, which is kind of weird for that line. That doesn't seem... Yeah. Like I
really
imagine
gritty
more like
Batman.
Super Friends type of characters. But yeah, you're going to get the Dark Knight Returns anyway. Then you're also going to get a Green Lantern Guy Gardner, which I think people want in the 7-inch line as well. You're going to get a Metamorpho, which I would like in the 7-inch line. And then you're also going to get a Booster Gold.
Some more superpowers to round out those lines. I think the Dark Knight Returns would be funny, and I do agree, Metamorpho would be sweet to get a 7-inch of. But now, moving into some 12-inch statues, you're going to be getting a Superman by Jim Lee. Now, this one does say, Dakota, McFarlane Digital.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's just digital, right?
I would think so.
And then we'd also be getting the Flash by Jim Lee as a 12-inch pose statue. McFarlane Digital. Don't do much of the digital collecting, so...
That rounds it up for all of our leaks. So I'll hit you with what we had last time, because a lot of these figures still have not come out yet. So from our last leaks, you can go back and watch the full episode, but we're still waiting on a Batman Future's End, Mr. Zaz, Batman Who Laughs as Batman, Joker.
As Joker.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Joker as Joker, but it's Frostbite, so...
Joker as Joker as Alfred.
Batman versus Bane. That's Nightfall, so I think people are waiting on the edge of their seat for that one.
High hopes for that one.
Joker, Blacklight version, Ambush Bug, Armored Batman, Patina Gold Label, Starfire from the DC Collector Edition, Penguin, Captain Boomerang, Shazam Battle Damaged, and a Freddie Freeman. Mega Figure Doomsday, that's from the Superman Doomsday movie. Tumbler with Lucius Fox, Batman the Animated Series Joker Mobile. So, and that was everything from the last one. So if any of those sparked your interest, go back and watch that. I don't know, there's quite a few coming if these leaks are true, especially in the Mega Figure category. I would like to get the Darkseid for sure. I think that probably takes the top spot on my list of things I'd like to get. But yeah, let us know what you're excited for from this leaks list. Go back, watch the other one, because almost everything from that list hasn't come out yet. Where are these figures at, Todd? Make sure you go back, you enter the giveaway to win one of your Strong Collectors shirts. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and stay strong.